Hi there, welcome once again, and this is the time for learning how to place a text behind an image. You can take a look. This is an image from our exercise file, and a text is placed in front of this lady, but we don't want to place this text in front of this lady. The lady, she is exercising in home, and we want to place this text behind her in the wall. So you can do that easily with some following steps. So let me show you the final output. Let me turn on the layer, and you can take a look. The text is placed behind her in the wall, and we are going to do this in this tutorial. So let's take a look how you will place a text behind an image. So at first we have to open our exercise file. So here is the file menu, open option, and inside the selection and masking folder you will get this KT unsplash image. So you just have to select it, and then you have to click open. Okay, this is the image. A beautiful lady, she is exercising in home, and we are going to place a text over here, and then we will place the text behind her in the wall. So let's start the process. Right now we are going to duplicate the background layer. We are duplicating the background layer because we will make a selection for the subject, and therefore we want to duplicate the background layer, and we will make the selection in a duplicated layer. That's why we are duplicating the background layer. And it's really simple. You just have to right click with your mouse in background layer, then you will get this duplicate layer. And I want to write background 2, and let me click OK. Okay, so here is our background 2 layer, and please make sure this layer is selected. Okay, right now we have to type the text, and therefore we have to use the type tool. Here is the type tool. And one thing I want to tell you before typing the text over here, I'm using 898 point for our font size because the resolution of this image is higher. That's why you have to pick the higher point for font size. So let me write skill 4. Okay, here is our text, and let's commit the action by clicking the tick mark, or you can just hit the Ctrl or Command Enter button from your keyboard. So this is our text, and you can take a look. The text is placed in front of the lady, and let's scale the text properly. And you know how to scale it. You just have to press Ctrl or Command T button. Okay, let's scale the text properly. Okay, cool. Okay, now it looks good, and let me hit the enter button, or you can click the tick mark for commit the action. But you can take a look. One thing, the text is placed in front of this lady, but we don't want to place this text in front of this lady. We want to place this text behind her in the wall, and right now we are going to do this. So just for a while, I'm going to turn off the text layer because we will work with the background 2 layer. That's why I'm going to turn off this text layer. And with the background 2 layer, we will make a selection, and we will add a layer mask for separating the subject from this image. And right now we have to start the selection process, and before that you have to make sure that background 2 layer is selected. Okay. So let's start the process. Here is the quick selection tool, and using the quick selection tool we are going to make a selection for the subject, and please make sure the add selection form is selected. Okay, so we will only select the area of the subject. We will not make a selection for the mat or for wall. Okay, cool. We have a perfect selection. And right now we have to add a layer mask. And to add a layer mask, you just have to click on this add a layer mask option. So let me click over here. And we can take a look. We have a layer mask added in our background 2 layer. And we already separated the subject from this image using add a layer mask. And if you turn off the background layer, then you can see it. Okay, here is the image. Okay, cool. So right now we will turn on the text layer. So here is the text layer. Let's turn it on. And still the text layer is in front of the subject, but we want to place this text behind the subject at wall. And you can do that easily by layer placement. So let me explain you the layer placement process. Right now we have the background 2 layer at second position or at middle position. At top we have the text layer and at bottom we have the background layer. But we already separate the subject from the image, and that's why we want to place this background layer at top, and we want to place this text layer at middle, and we want to place the background layer at bottom. If we place the text layer at middle, then the text will be placed behind the subject, because the subject already separated from the background 2 layer. That's why we want to place the background 2 layer at top, and we are going to place this text layer at middle. So let's move this text layer at middle. Magic! You can take a look. The text is placed behind the subject and it's placed on the wall. So this is the simple process for placing the text behind a subject in a wall. So I'm pretty sure you enjoyed these things. So let's have some practice.